85. Yeah, I'm in the car again. Got a coffee, had a bar, and I'm on the PA Turnpike. So I'm heading up to the cabin for a few days. It's Wednesday. I'll be up there to Saturday morning early. You know how I like to shoot out early on the days I'm going home. So we'll be up there a full day Thursday, Friday. I got a Blackstone griddle, so I did pick that up. It is the camping one, so it's not the true iron type griddle. It's got the ceramic coating on it. And I plan to cook all the meals on that, just to see how it is. I actually have a nice tomahawk. We'll be cooking that up, and I do have my ham radio gear with me. So I'm going to connect the radio depending on the weather. It's supposed to rain and storm a little bit, so it really depends on what's going on and what the weather's like. May even get out to a park over there called Point State Park. So stay tuned. We'll get up the cabin. We'll be there before you know it. Just arrived about 2 o'clock. Left, what was it at 8:30? It took a little while to get up here today. Traffic was a little heavy because of that rain. And trucks were, of course, blowing off a lot of mist and everything. So it was a little slower driving than normal, but good ride. I am here. And I'll tell you what, it's chilly. It's 46 right now, 46 degrees Fahrenheit. And it was 55 in the cabin, but it felt chilly in there. So I went over and kicked the stove on. I just got the propane filled last week. We didn't use that much during the last year. We only get it filled once a year. And I think I got 23 gallons, 23 and a half gallons. So that's really not bad for us being up here a lot, using the stove and keeping us warm. So that thing has really paid off compared to what we used to have, the little buddy and there were the 5-gallon tanks that you don't get 5 gallons out of, and it seems like we were always going through those things. I got a lot of stuff to unpack. Well, maybe not a lot. We got some things to get in there, and well, depending on the weather, I may get my radio set up to see what I'm getting up here right now. And we're gonna get that stove set up. And so we got a lot of things to do. The solar generator is charged. Mike had charged it. He was just up here last weekend. Him and his brother, Big Al, and a couple other guys went on a 26-mile hike. Kind of started down there at Blackwell or near Blackwell and hiked back this way. So he said it was a great hike and had a lot of fun, a little cold, but said it was a nice adventure, and maybe the next time we'll see him, we'll talk about it. So let's get that stuff unpacked, and like I said, we'll see what happens with the radio. I'm just trying to see if there's thunderstorms in the area before I put an antenna out. Have everything inside. Truck is unloaded. I got the new Blackstone here, and there it is. We got a, I think, 12 by 14 griddle and the burner on one side. I'm going to be putting it through its paces this week, see how it does, and hopefully very well. And nice flat top. We'll be cooking a nice cheesesteak on there a little bit later. Let's break this other one down over here. And again, this is the Rainier Camp Chef, which did well, and this one basically kind of led me to the other one. So I'm gonna break this one down, undo the gas and everything, and put the other one up in its place. Have the spot cleaned up, and let's bring over the Blackstone. It's about the same length. It's a little bit deeper than the other one, but I think it'll be okay. And it does have a grease trap in the back. I'll take all the tape off and get it set up, get the cardboard out of there, get it connected to the gas, and see what we can do here. Got a nice H-burner, grease trap. This is where the regulator would go if you're traveling. We're not going to do that. And the same thing with this. This locks the griddle in place if you're traveling, but we'll just have it in because this won't go anywhere. Let's see if it works. Oh, there we go. All right. I know I'm going to get some water warmed up and get some coffee going because I could use one. But let's get this off. That looks nice. So it'll be a little bit hotter on this side, a little cooler over here, but let's get the griddle cleaned. A little bit of water on there, a little soap and water, get that cleaned up and get it in place. Have the radio up and running, and as soon as I turned it on, a couple guys were talking. They're just called rag chewing. They're just having a conversation. So I'll see what I can find on this for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to get that dinner going. Well, time for that cheesesteak. I don't think this Blackstone makes as much noise with the gas on as that Rainier Camp Chef stove did. Even when I had the coffee going, it was pretty quiet. Yeah. You can hear this. There's hardly any noise with that at all. I did get some new utensils to go with this. If you're wondering about the spots, that's my hard water at home in Delaware. Now, so these are nice silicone and a flipper when we do some sausages or whatever. Let's get this steak on there. Sounds pretty good. Lined up pretty nice. Cheddar. We'll plate it up in a minute. Go, nice cheesesteak. Got some chips, a little avocado. There's a Heineken. Oh, boo. So, get that opened up. Get that cheesesteak. Demolish that thing. First run, did well. We'll just settle it in after dinner. Do a little bit more on the radio, meet a few contacts. And if it's nice tomorrow, I'm going to head over to Colton Point State Park, which is just a stone's throw away, and go ahead and see if I can make some contacts from over there. So that's kind of the plan. Still nursing that one Heineken from dinner, but going to go ahead and jump into Band of Brothers. I started watching it when Spring Trip, before the guys were here. I think I got it about 3 episodes in. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with Band of Brothers tonight. So, well, it's 46 out there now. It's kind of been holding 46 all day now. It's supposed to get down a little bit cooler tonight, but colder tomorrow night. So we should be good. We'll just have the heater on behind us and we'll be fine. Tomorrow night could be a fire night. That'll be nice. So I'm going to get back into Band of Brothers, and I'll catch everybody in the morning. Hey, morning to you. Here it is, Thursday morning, and I was not expecting this. There's not a cloud in the sky right now. I looked at the forecast. I've been watching the forecast for a week now, and it said rain every day. So I did not bring my fishing gear, but it looks like this kind of would have been a nice fishing morning. A little cold again, 37 right now, 37. That's what it was when we were up here a month ago, 37 in the morning or so when we went out there. But I just thought it was going to be rainy, and the creek would have been up a little bit, and so I did not bring my fishing gear. That's why I ended up bringing my radio gear. But I think I'm going to have a breakfast, a little scrapple and eggs, and have some of this coffee here. Yeah, Black Rifle coffee, pretty good. I think I'll get some breakfast cooking up and then head over that local park and see if I can go ahead and connect and see how I do over there. And I may set a different antenna up this afternoon and see if that makes a difference on what I'm getting here. I have my wire end fed over here, and we'll see how that my other one will do. I'll show you that once I get it set up, if I get it set up here, depending on what happens. So let's get in there and make that breakfast, huh? I have some Rappa this morning. R.A. Ralph, P.A. Paul. Ralph and Paul brothers that started this company. Bridgeville, Delaware. I don't live that far from it. Go through there occasionally. But looks like 100th anniversary too. I don't have my glasses on to read that. But let's get this cut up and on the griddle. Scrapple's on. Let that brown up. I'll have some sourdough here. We'll finish cutting that and throw that on there too. Little toast, eggs, scrapple would be a good breakfast. You can level the stove with the feet, but it seemed pretty level yesterday. But I'll be able to tell when I throw these eggs down. I don't know, that doesn't look too bad to me. Running a little bit to the right there. We're almost done. Almost done. We'll have this up in a couple minutes. And there we go. Couple over easies. That's a Gouda cheese on the top. Couple scrapples and some toast. A little coffee. That's a good breakfast. So let's go ahead and finish this breakfast up, and then I think I'll load the car up and head over to the park. I'm here at Barber Rock. It's right over that way. And here in the Tony L. Kiner Memorial Pavilion. And thank you for your service and sacrifice, Tony. I know Memorial Day is coming up, and you know, we honor you, that's for sure, your service. So I am starting to get my radio stuff set up, and we'll see if I can get on the air here. It's the start of my antenna. Just a couple cones out there to, if anybody comes by, just to make sure they don't touch anything. You can get burns from the RF of the transmission. We don't want to make sure nobody does that, but right now there's nobody here except one car, and I guess they're down at the rock enjoying the morning sunrise, or I guess the sun is up, but they're enjoying the morning sun. So I'll get my radio and got a few things to do. It'll take me a little bit to get set, and we'll see if we can get broadcasting. The radio set up, and I could hear someone. I'm trying to get the internet connected so I can do some logging and actually do some FT8 on this also. So I'm just having a little bit of trouble with the internet, and I don't know if I'm too far out up here. I thought being up on top of the mountain here, it would be an okay spot. I don't want to tear this down and move to another spot and then have to set it up again. If I do that, I'll go ahead and back to the cabin and just run some stuff from there. I was hoping to do some parks on the air. But we'll see if I can work through this and, I don't know, connect it. I'm trying to get the hotspot going and things like that. I just doesn't think the internet is strong enough up here. I do have a separate internet in the Jeep, so I could start that one up and see if I could connect to that. Got the internet straightened out, and so far I've got 4 connections, or 4 POTA connections in Kentucky, Kansas, Florida, and where's this gentleman from? Canada. 4 so far. It takes 10 to actually activate a park. We'll keep going here for a little bit and get back to the cabin when we're done. Well, managed to get about 15 contacts, so that counts as an activation, so I'm happy with that. I think I'm going to have to cook the tomahawk on the grill today because it was still frozen this morning, so that's not good for the flat top, for the griddle, flat top, whatever you want to call it. So I think I'm going to have to do it low and slow on the grill today, so we'll see about that when we get back to. I figured since I was here, I might as well go to the overlook that you can drive through. The Barber Rock, you have to walk about a half mile or so back in there, but I think I'm just going to walk over to this right now, because I know I could use a coffee. I'm always saying that, but hey, it's true. And here we are at the overlook. Let's take a peek here. It's heading north. Let's come around here to the south. Very nice. It's definitely worth coming down for. Something tells me I'm going to be back here at the end of June, and I might have a guest with me. And if I remember, I'll have my drone, and we'll fly the drone around a little bit. Should be able to get some beautiful shots from here, like looking back at us here on the rocks and down into the valley. It'd be very nice. So, you know, Pennsylvania, Grand Canyon. Not quite as grand as the Grand Canyon, but that's hard to top, that's for sure. All right, let's head back to the cabin, get some more coffee going, get a little snack, check out that tomahawk, see if it's still frozen or what, and get some coffee. And got a little log work to do with the PC and writing these contacts in my log book, but you won't see that. It's boring. All right, it's nice and beautiful up here, and here's the trees. As you can see, they are not quite out yet, so it is not quite full leafed out, that's for sure, like it is at home. I think I already cut my grass 3 times. But let's get back in the car and we'll get back to the cabin. Figured I'd stop up here at the field, see how things are doing with the clover. What I can see, I see a lot coming up. That's not bad. Well, I'm probably going to get some more lucky buck out here. We'll go check our stump. But yeah, I see some clover definitely coming up. There's weeds, of course, but I see some clover, and it looks like might be new clover. So I think some of that did take off, which is nice to see. And they're in here. They're in here a lot. I see them on the game camera a lot in here. And we have a trail over here. There's clover along there and in the back. We'll check our stump here. See what this is looking like. Yep, I could use a freshening up. There's some there. There's definitely some there. Well, I could use a little fresh up. There's that block. Not bad, not bad. I definitely see some nice clover coming up and weeds. But you know, take the good with the bad. And so I'm probably not going to be putting anything on it. I know you could. It's really not that big of an area. You could hit it with the backpack and spray it down. But I'm just glad to see that there seems to be a nice population of deer up here building. And I think that was due to the logging, and not just our logging. Logging on the mountain as a whole. So there's a lot of people that log their property. And here's some cutting right now, as a matter of fact. Speaking of cutting trees, there's the go time sign. Doesn't look quite right like that, does it? So you remember how it looked before. It was laying here on the ground, and looks like a bear tore it down, put some scratches in it. Took it home and cleaned it up a little bit. I left some of the scratches in there just to kind of leave some character in it, and there's some chips here or there. So I just kind of wanted to leave it a little bit rustic, but actually refinish it. And I painted all the letters, repainted the deer, gave him some new antlers, and put some polyurethane on everything. Give it a nice polyurethane coat. So let's get this back up again here. That looks better. Let's get the second piece. It is the 40th year. Now, I wasn't really part of the camp right at the beginning here when Senior bought the property, and I think him and his brother came up and cleared the lane here and cleared the spot for the cabin, and then had the guys come in and build it. So I wasn't there for that. I was up for the first, kind of what you want to call it, the first camp that we did was bear season. I'm sorry about the plastic. It was bear season. And I've talked about that a little bit before, but probably talk about it again when we roll into deer camp, because that was very close to the week before. We were up for bear, and then we came up for deer camp the very next week. Al got this sign made up, I don't know, mid 90s at some point, I think. Maybe, and I'm not sure whether he saw it somewhere or he saw it at the Great Outdoor Show in PA, and somebody was doing them and he had it made it there. I can't remember. That one escapes me. But let's get this other piece on here, the established 1986. And again, I kind of left this a little rustic also because I just kind of wanted to show, hey, it's 40 years. I didn't want it to look brand new. I wanted to have some character to it. But here it is. It looks a little bit better like this. It's nice and fixed up again. Polyurethane will probably last another 4, 5, 6 years before it'll have to be done again, maybe a couple more. This right there says cabin. Kind of got rusted. Maybe if I could find a sign to replace that's cabin and has a little arrow pointing over there, I'll get that too. But glad to get this back and fixed up the way it should. So great camp, and it's go time. It is go time. Got the grill uncovered over there. I'm gonna have to cook the tomahawk on that today. We'll reheat it tomorrow up on the griddle, but since it's frozen or frozen-ish, it's not really fair for the griddle. I'm afraid it'd be too crusty on the outside and too raw on the inside if we did it on the griddle. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it over here. Nice low and slow reverse sear type thing. Put it off on the side, get it up to 250, 275 or so. Get it up to temp that way. And then tomorrow we'll reheat it on the griddle. But got some good mushrooms to go with it. Have another avocado if it didn't go bad or not. Let's see. Maybe. And yeah, mushrooms and cheese, avocado, and maybe some green beans, not sure. But that'll be tonight's dinner. It's 1:48 now, 2 o'clock, so probably start this probably about 3:30 or so, maybe about an hour and a half. This is probably going to take a little while. It's going to take a little while to heat up and get going. So I think that's what we'll do, and I may hook my radio back up again, but I'm like, we're done radio wise. I appreciate you coming along and coming out to the park with me, and I hope you didn't fast forward through, but if you did, I understand. If ham radio doesn't interest you, that's okay. Did make some contacts, got some activations, did a park to park voice, so kind of hit a few buttons there, hit a few check marks on my ham radio career, but good to do. But for the rest of the trip, you won't see any. It'll just be some cooking, and tomorrow I think I got a new game camera to put up, and then we'll refresh some of those Lucky Buck sites also. I have some things to do with that, so that'll be in store for tomorrow, and just some kicking back and just having some fun, and maybe a cigar tonight, maybe a cigar tomorrow, who knows, maybe even a drink tonight. Haven't had one since I was up with the guys a month ago, and I think it's time. It's time to have a nice beverage, a nice bourbon. I'll do that. And I also have one beer here with me too, one real beer. Where is it? And one of my favorites, the Dogfish Liquid Truth Serum. So I'll put that in the cooler and make sure he stays nice and cold. Maybe we'll have that one. Bourbon tonight, cigar, and a beer and a cigar tomorrow. So that sounds good. Starting to heat up. We're at about 138. We want to get I think I'll get a 275-ish. Should be good. 250, 275. Since it's still a little frozen, probably go towards the 270 mark and leave it be. And it's probably going to take a good hour plus. We'll see what it turns out to be. The tomahawk, we'll go ahead and put him on. I got some Emerald Essence on there. Not sure if they still make that or not, but that's on there. It's a little hot right now, but as I put this on and open the lid, it'll cool off, sort of normalize, and I'll adjust, make sure my temp stays where I want it to be. Yeah, it's cold. It's cold inside. It definitely wouldn't have worked on the griddle, so this is the best thing to do. To flip it over, it's 93 inside, and we're going to go to about 130-ish or 128, 130-ish before we crank the grill up and sear it. But let's see what we got. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. Oh yeah, that looks pretty darn good right there. We are at 129, so it's time to take it off. Oh, look at this. Look at that. That looks pretty good. And I'm going to cover that up, let it rest, get this heated up a little bit, and we'll be back for a sear and get the mushrooms ready. We have our mushroom and bread toasting up. There's a little bit of butter right there. Nice. And here's our steak, and it's resting, which is good because it's as soon as it's seared up, we can cut it and eat it. Looking good. Right, it's done. Avocado toast and mushrooms and cheese, spinach. So let's get this cut. I think that looks pretty good. I think it looks good. Yeah, that's just like I wanted it. Well, it's time to eat. Let me grab a sharper knife. Though I don't even know if I need one sharper than this plastic guy. Let me see. Look at that. Right through that thing. Perfect. Good dinner. Very good dinner. And gonna top that off with a nice Cuban cigar. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. My brother got me this one, and I'm going to enjoy every bit of it. And some of that Eagles bourbon that Mike brought up, and that's a healthy pour. That's a double if I've ever seen it. But they're few and far between, so all right, here we go. Yeah, that'll hit the spot. And I got a sparkling water down here to chase it. So I'm just going to kick back, continue with Band of Brothers. Got through episode 5 and 6 yesterday. I think 5 and 6, or 4 and 5, and got to do 6. I think that's what it is. So I'll go ahead and do that now. We're getting down to about 50, and it's supposed to go into the 30s tonight. So I think probably in about an hour or so, I'm going to light a little fire in here. Not too strong of a fire, not going cooking, but enough to warm it up into the 70s. So that'll be nice for tonight, and keep it a little bit warmer as it gets down. And then tomorrow I have a few things to do. I have a new game camera to put out, as I mentioned, some lucky buck around here or there, and whatever else I get into, so we'll see. But for now, hey, put an extra blanket on about 3 o'clock. It's supposed to start dropping down into that low 30s, 35, 36. So put an extra blanket on, and hey, hope you enjoyed Band of Brothers, and we'll catch you in the morning. Oh, golly. Good morning. How'd you like that rain last night? Yeah, we got some rain. It started about 9 or so. Went for a while, almost till I went to bed. And it doesn't look too wet out here, but yeah, we got some rain, well-needed rain, and hopefully it'll help the clover and everything else up here that needs a drink. So just have a coffee. Didn't start that breakfast yet, but hey, here it is, me cooking it up. Gonna do the same, scrapple, eggs, toast, and I think I got some kind of oat muffin too on there, heating up. Oh, it's gonna be good. We'll see what the weather does. Maybe showers, maybe not. I may get that saw that we have and cut a couple branches in the driveway, and I'll show you that again just so you can check out that saw. That's the one that can use the Milwaukee batteries, and they also have one that can uses DeWalt batteries in case you have a DeWalt tool, the battery. If you want to pick up that chainsaw, it's around the same thing, around 50 bucks, but sometimes they do go on sale for like 39. So it's like normally $49.99, they go down to $39.99. At this point, since we're not using pennies anymore, or making pennies anymore, I think we should just start rounding things off. Oh, there's the sun. And I did start to get a little bit power on the generator already. It's like 8:15, and it's already pulling in a few watts. Not much because the sun's not on it. The sun's coming up over here, and the panels are over on the other side. But all right, well, we'll see what we're gonna do today. Light schedule. Probably gonna do a little bit more radio stuff, but I'm not gonna show any of that. You don't need to see any more. Thanks for coming along with me yesterday. I did appreciate that. So let's get back in there and finish this coffee up. We're gonna go ahead and take a little walk. Gotta go up to the field and put some lucky buck up just a little bit on that stump, just a little bit more, and that's actually that way. And I'm gonna come on down this way. I have a bag to pick up with a game camera in it. Go head up to the other end of the property and find a spot to put that camera up. And where is it here? Where is it? I also have my turkey call with me. Is that the Scarlet Fever? That's a real nice call. I don't think they should have made it red, but it's a really nice call. That's from Night and Hail. And I'm gonna go ahead and just do some calls when I'm just doing some walking and seeing if I can get a turkey to answer and see what happens, that kind of thing. Back here at the cabin, since I was going right past it, we'll wait out these showers. It's just a small something I saw on the radar, and we'll head back out again. Over here, this is a nice bird's nest we have up here, and when I come out it flies away, and then I go in and it comes back. Don't know if there's any eggs up there or not, but I'm not going to do anything about it. We also have a robin's nest under the deck out there, so when I go out the back I scare the robin, and when I go out the front I scare the whatever this gray bird is. I'm not sure what kind it is, but you know, it's not like I'm going to disturb them or take the nest down or anything like that. I wouldn't do that. It's not hurting anything really. Well, the shower is over. The sun is in and out, so let's finish that walk. Now I'm right up here on the end of my property line, and how do I know that? Right there, that pin, that's been there for 40 years, that pin, which is surprising, and it's one of the only ones that I've seen up here that's marked like that, unless they do a recent survey if somebody's selling a property. But I can't find the other one on the other side, but that is good. And I brought something. Where is it? There we go. Just brought a little bit more tape to highlight that. Just gonna wrap it around there, tie it up. Go down here a little bit. Road bends. And gonna go in this trail right here and put the camera along here somewhere. This little trail right here. We'll pick a spot here for the camera. You can see the trail behind me that leads down. It's kind of down towards Mike's stand. Not quite, but goes in that general direction and goes back up this way. The trail's right through here. And this was an old logging road, 40 years ago, logging road. And we have intersection of a trail right over here that leads back. It kind of goes on the same ledge as the cabin is. So it's a nice spot. We have this trail, and that trail down there. So it's sort of the intersection. So this will be a good spot for it. I'm going to put it right on that tree right there. Just knock off a couple branches over here so I don't get any false flashes. And we'll be set. You'll have a little spot here. I'm going to put a very minimal amount of Lucky Buck. If they find it, great. But we're really more interested to see kind of what's going through, up and down and over. We'll get that up, and I'll show you that Link Micro camera. That's another spy point. I mean, they're working for me, so, you know, and they're cheap, so I'm sticking with them. Here's the protective case. This is the old Link Micro, the original spy point, the ones that everybody had the problem with, and you see guys throwing them up in the air and shoot them with a shotgun, and you know, whatever. It's kind of funny to me. And I've had my share, and they've all died over the years. But that's a Link Micro 2 in there, and this is the Link Micro protective case. It actually fits in there. What I had to do right over here in this corner here, right down here, I'd use a Dremel and just Dremel some of this metal off of here, and that Link Micro 2 fit right in there. So if you have one of these original Link Micro protective cases, and I'm sure you would have figured it out, but Dremel up here, Dremel down there, and fits right in there. So we'll get that up on the tree over here. Well, that's done and finished. Right in time for it to start showering on us again. So let's get this last of the Lucky Buck put out. We'll get back to the cabin. Here's my other Link Micro at the mineral pit, and that's when I didn't figure out that I could actually do that trimming right there, and that would fit in, and the whole case would be complete. But just kind of using part of it as just secure it in there. You know, one of these times I might come up and, who knows, maybe I'll bring a Dremel with me, just do it here. And it only took me like 5 minutes at home to cut those little angles off. So here at the pit, a little bit more Lucky Buck. This baby's empty, and the camera's up. So I guess we're finished this task. But they're in here too. They're in here just about every day. And like I said, the deer population, the turkey population has been good. Now it is, what time we got? 11:45. I did do some turkey calls, but I never got a reply, no answers. Haven't heard any gobbles this morning. But it is that time they might be locked up with some hens. And who knows, this afternoon we might try it again. We'll have the, I don't know, triexine, I don't know, whatever it is. Again, this is the one that fits the Milwaukee batteries. Pretty nice. You right-handed, left-handed, you can turn it on. As you can see, left-handed, so it works. Some of them only work right-handed, but this is the tree I wanted to take down, and this one right here. As you're pulling into the driveway, you're kind of coming in and making you turn in, and we'll just get these out of the way. We'll get the little one first. Make short work of it. I'm going to actually drag those up and put them in a spot where we don't want people driving four-wheelers in. They don't. They haven't for a long time, but just in case. So we'll go ahead and take this guy down. He's a little bit bigger, so it'll be adventure taking this one down. Then I'll cut it a couple times to make it a little bit lighter, then drag it up there and throw it in that one spot. Now let's see how this goes. That didn't take long, did it? I mean, that's probably about 4.5 inches or so, but hey, it's gone, and now that it's gone, I'll cut it down a little bit farther. There they are right here, the two that I took down. So I'll probably cut that one into 3, cut him into 2, go ahead and drag him up, but not bad. This will be in the links if you're interested. And again, as I've mentioned before, you're adults, so take the knowledge, whatever you want to do with it. But again, they have one for the Milwaukee, they have one for the DeWalt, and I'm not sure if they have one for Makitas or not, Nikitas, but they'll be in the links. So if you feel like looking it up and thinking if it's any good. Again, I've seen full YouTube reviews on this, and it came out pretty good, pretty highly rated against the name brands. So there it is. It's just a little something this afternoon. I've already done some cleaning up in the cabin, straightening up, put my radio gear away. I didn't end up using it. I just didn't want to today, and then have it packing it up late, though it didn't take me that long to do it. But started to pack up for tomorrow, but hey, we'll get back and mess around a little bit more, and then have some dinner and get back into Band of Brothers a little bit later. But hey, this is doing the job, that's for sure. About time to get some dinner ready. We're gonna have some leftovers from last night. We got the tomahawk I cut up. We're gonna heat that up in the griddle. I got the griddle warming up right now. Throw some butter and garlic in there. Heat those pieces of steak up. And the mushrooms, again, that's stuffed mushrooms with cheese and spinach. Avocado, if you noticed, I've been eating avocado every day. Enjoy them, and they're cheap right now, and they're good for you. So I've kind of using that as one of my vegetables, the avocado. And a couple pieces of bread. That's the Mrs. Bread, of course. So I'll be having some of that, and you'll be seeing me drinking some fermented milk, or kefir, or kefir, however you like to call it. We get raw milk, one of the local farms, and my wife ferments the milk, and that's really good for digestion and stomach and gut health, as they say. So that's what's on tap. Won't show too much, just maybe frying that up, putting the garlic in, that'll look good. Yeah, here we go. There's the garlic right there. So I'll start spreading that around on them. And mushrooms are just about finished up. I'm gonna come back for that bone, leave that, and then I'll come back for that in a minute. Oh yeah. Well, this is going to be good. This is going to be real good. Here's that kefir I was talking about. And again, really just fermented milk in there. Oh, there you go. Took me about a week to get used to it. Just the flavor and texture. But now I look forward to drinking it every day. We got a nice dinner here. It's looking pretty good, so we'll catch you after. I'm not sure if I'll be on the deck or in here, not sure. Well, just popping a Blue Moon. This is the non-alcoholic version, which is actually not bad. It's one of my go-tos. That I have a few of the non-alcoholics, and if you want any advice on what I like and what I don't care for, certainly let me know. I've actually made the switch to this. It's actually been a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, because it tastes pretty good, and it fills the void, and tell you the truth, you know, getting sloppy and, you know, a little bit edgy. I don't tell you the truth, I don't really care for it anymore. I do like to have one every once in a while, like I did last night, but every once in a while that's what's good. I was thinking about sitting out here for a few minutes. I put the fat and the bone and everything down the field there. I was wondering if anything was going to come in. I've seen a crow come in. I think he's enjoying the feast. Yeah, blue moon. That's not bad. That is not bad. I was gonna sit down now. We're getting showers again, so I'll probably just go back in. It seems to be passing showers because we got some blue sky and we have some clouds, and I think it just happened to be get hit by one now because it looks like there's some blue in the background there. But hey, it was a good trip. I appreciate you coming along, keeping me company. I know I didn't do a ton of stuff, and I hope you still found it fun to come along and just see what was going on up here at camp, and just keep me company for a little while. I'm not sure the next time I'll be back. If I'll be back up in, say, early June, I would say probably if I would be back, it's probably going to be back probably before the 10th of June. I don't have my phone on me in the calendar, so I really don't even know what the day of the week the 10th is, but I'm most likely going to be back the end of June, right into the beginning of July. That's usually the cutoff for being a little bit too warm up here, but we do have the air conditioning if we really needed it, but I kind of like it without it. But that's probably when I'll be back again, and like I said, I'll have a guest with me, somebody you haven't seen before, or maybe seen, but maybe just a picture or two. So yeah, looking forward to that, and we'll have some fun and do some different things, and hopefully enjoy it up here. So, well, I guess I'll wrap it up. And again, as always, gonna shoot out early. I still have that 5.5 hour ride home, 312 miles, whatever it is, and get a coffee along the way. I think I'll maybe wait till I get all the way into Williamsport and get about an hour into it before I grab my coffee, because it always seems like I'm running out, and I want some, but I don't want to stop. I know I will be making one stop tomorrow. I'll be going through the car wash. I'll be going through Tommy's up in Dover, because we got a little bit dirty between coming up in the rain and yesterday a little bit. Got a little sloppy, so I'll be heading to the car wash. But again, I appreciate you coming along. Thanks again, and we'll catch you next time. Blue Moon.